Save this video when next you're about to miss the amazing vocals, because these are 4 frequency spots that you should take note of when you're about to add or cut a frequency. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys this mostly on solo, but I don't really advise mixing on solo. You want to make sure you're mixing with the beats. Then secondly, you want to make sure that you are using 2 different EQs for this, but I'm going to be showing you with one frequency, with one EQ. You want to make sure you are using subtractive. You're doing a subtractive EQ before additive EQ. So let's go. So the first frequency you want to focus on, obviously, when you're about to mix a vocal, is a low cut. And for male, you want to go all the way from 70 to 100 hertz. For female, maybe 70 to 120 hertz. In some cases, for male, I actually go into the 130, 140. But that's a bit technical, because that is when you can start taking out the life and body of the vocal. I'm going to show you a demonstration using the FF6 EQ from Waves. I'm going to arm this EQ, give it this very tight slope, and then I'm going to slope all through while you hear the vocals. My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be your striker, cause I got my eyes on you. Because when we start going from the 200 to 300, you start hearing that depth going away. But when I'm going to drop this to 120, my girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I can see here a little bit of that depth. So that's why I say when you're going to the 130 range, you want to be careful from the 130 to 150 range. My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be your striker, cause I got my eyes on you. I'm going to leave it at the 133. So you want to focus on the 70 to the 150. Please do this to taste according to the vocals that you are working on. The second frequency you want to focus on is the muddy frequency. You can get this most cases around the 200 hertz to the 400 hertz and sometimes 500 hertz. And by muddiness, I mean when the vocals start sounding like this. Let me demonstrate. So I'm going to be using the band 3, and I'm going to solo it so that we can get to hear and understand it more. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to boost. Then I'm going to start all the way from 200 and I'm going to sweep to the 400. You can see around the 300, we're starting to get that boxiness. To the 400, you can see we can also get that there. I think I'm going to go all the way to the 300 and yeah, so I think this one is what I'm going to bring down. So I'm going to take the gain back to 0, and I'm going to use a dynamic compressor for this, and while I take this down. And I'm going to bring the range down. This is what we have. My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be your striker, cause I got my eyes on you. So this is what it sounded like without. Listen to the boxiness. My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. Listen to the my girl, why you quiet? My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. Now this is a bit on. My girl, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. You can see how we've taken a little bit of that muddiness, and sometimes you want to go in and do more, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to be doing one. We're going to move next to the frequency, which is the nasal frequency, and you can get that from the 800 hertz down to the 1.2 kilohertz. And by nasal, I mean where the voice is sounding like this. So let me show you guys what that is all about. So I'm going to go to the band 4 band, and I'm going to make the slope tighter. I click on it and I'm going to type on 800. Then we start sweeping. I'm going to boost it up just so that they can hear. I don't really boost these days anymore. So let's hear. Already you can hear, you can already get that NASA feel. Can say something like this. You got a pretty fine face. I think I'm getting in more around this 924. So you see from the 800 hertz to the 1.2 kilohertz, when you're looking for that nasal feel, that is where you want to be looking for that, okay? And we're going to do dynamic EQing as well by bringing this down back to, we're going to bring the gain back to 0 and we'll bring the threshold. Then bring the range down to maybe -6, then. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. So this is what it sounded like without the nasal frequency that we've taken out. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes. And this is what it sounds like with it turned on. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. As you can see right at the back, we already have that nice clear vocals. And the next frequency you want to focus on is the 3000 to the 5000 kilohertz. And this is where we get the presence. This is where we get the clarity of the vocals. And in this case, I'm going to be using this same EQ just so that for better understanding. But like I always advise, when you're adding and doing any additive EQ, you want to make sure you're using a different one, analog if you can. And I'm going to go in and move to the one band, and we're going to go to the frequency and type on 3000. I'm going to solo that, and I'm going to reduce this, and we're going to sweep through like we always do. Yeah, you can see around the 4336, we are getting that nice presence in the vocals. And like I said, 3000 to 5000, you want to do this and you get better over time. And we are boosting this time around, we are not taking out. So we're going to bring down the gain. But like I advise, make sure you're doing this with a different EQ. This is just for the purpose of this video. Things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. This is what it sounded like without this. Listen to the high end of the vocals. Quiet, I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. The high end of the vocals. And when we have this, Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. You can see that high end of the vocals. And the next frequency is going to be the 10,000 to the 15,000 kilohertz. And this is where you get the air. And please, like I said, make sure you're using a separate EQ when you are doing this additive. This is just for the purpose of this video. So we're going to go all the way to 10,000 kilohertz. And we're going to be using a shelf for this time around because we're trying to, add that little bit of air. And we're going to reduce the Q, and I'm going to sweep as usual. This is where you can also get the crispiness as well. You can see when we go all the way to the 15, 16 is already too much. So let's just drop around 12. And we're going to do this. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. Because you're already getting that nice, let me add a little bit of reverb to these vocals. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. So now I'm going to play without. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. Sounding nice, but with it, you get this crispiness. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. And when you play it together with the drums. Maga, why you quiet? I'ma tell you things I know. I make I be a striker cause I got my eyes on you. And you can see for this whole thing, we only have an EQ and a compressor on. And you can see how the vocal is already sounding. And you want to also make sure you have a very good recorded vocal when you're about to do this. So just a quick video showing you frequency bands that you can use. And obviously, if you have any question, drop it in the comment below And yeah, if you like this video, make sure you like it, share it so that other people can see, save it so that you can watch it multiple times. And with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share like I just said, and follow for more.